Hello, we are the Baker family from Ann Arbor, Michigan, and we are here today to talk about our beloved elementary school music teacher, Ms. Yael Rothfeld. And we have had the unique privilege of having all of our children, there are 5, one is missing at the moment, go through music education with Ms. Rothfeld from kindergarten all the way through 5th grade. Our first was Adela, who began as a kindergartner in 2003. And we finished with our Graham in 2017 when he finished his 5th grade. We are very honored because we were her very first year that she started at Thurston Elementary School. And now each of the children is going to talk about something that they uniquely remember as being a way that Ms. Rothfeld brought music alive for the students in the classroom. And we'll begin with Adela.
I'm Adela, I'm 23. And I'm now a college graduate, but I still remember being in 4th grade and learning how to play the recorder with Ms. Rothfeld. And I think it's sort of a common curriculum to learn to play the recorder in elementary school. A lot of my friends who didn't go to Thurston with Ms. Rothfeld also learned. But I've never met anyone who had another teacher that remembers learning to play the recorder as enthusiastically and that remembers it being as much fun as I do with Ms. Rothfeld. She created all sorts of challenges for us to complete, taught us how to read music when we played a recorder, and just really made it so much fun and made the whole experience come alive for me. And so now at 23 years old, I will never forget that experience, and I'm just really grateful to her for creating that memory for me.
Now we're going to hear from Elena, a current student at University of Michigan.
Hi, I'm Elena. I am 21 years old and I'm a junior, rising senior at the University of Michigan. And I'm actually a music major, in part from the experience and the inspiration that I had from Ms. Rothfeld's class. And one memory I have in particular is of playing this game called concentration. So all of the students would gather in a circle together and we were taught to stay on the beat. And you would have a particular number. So I would be number 3, for example, and number 1 would start and we pat our hands like this to the beat, and number 1 would go 1, 3, and then it would be my turn, and I would say 3, and then another number. Whoever that was would then continue on the pattern. And so this really taught us the basics of rhythm and how to stay in time. And also we had to work together as a team in order to complete everyone getting a chance to say their number during this time. So that was just a great experience for me and a great memory that I have, and I'll carry that with me for a long time.
And now we're going to hear from Faith, who is a current freshman in college.
Hello, my name is Faith. I'm 19 years old, and I also got to experience all 5 years of elementary school with Ms. Rothfeld. One memory that I have in particular is that of the beanbag tosses, particularly how every single student felt very comfortable and encouraged to sing, and even the kids who were known to be very shy in class would enthusiastically and readily sing their part of the game. And I just remember that must have been so meaningful for them to have that space where they could feel comfortable singing in front of their classmates, where in the classroom they might be shy to even talk to them.
And finally, Xana, who is currently a junior in high school.
Hi, I'm Xana, and one of my fondest memories of Ms. Rothfeld's teaching at Thurston was Wackadoo Zoo, which was a play that we put on in 1st grade. And I can't even imagine the coordination and the effort that she had to put in to give every 1st grader a role in this play and have them all memorize their lines. It was just, looking back, it's just very impressive. And to this day, we all can sing all the songs. We won't do it now, but yeah.
That's great. And I just wanted to add a few things on to this too, just talking about Ms. Rothfeld's broader contributions to music in the community. I myself am an accompanist, and I also taught flute for a while. And I was often very surprised with students that came from other elementary schools. They just didn't have the background that Ms. Rothfeld's students had. I would say pretty much most 5th graders came out of Thurston with a rudimentary understanding of how to read music, as Elena said, about rhythms. She just gives a very, very thorough music education to every student, not just students that have private lessons and are blessed with that extra opportunity. And that was very apparent to me working with students who had not gone to Thurston. Second, she was really very generous to me. I often had another child coming along with me, and she always gave me permission to come to the music classes. So I would bring whoever was the baby along with me at that time. So I probably more than any other parent in the history of Thurston saw Miss Rothfeld teach for years. Because I would literally go to her classes 2 or 3 times a week. And I got to see her classroom management, and it is impeccable. You could hear a pin drop. Even students that were known to be unruly or difficult, she kept them engaged. She was known for singing the entire time, very, very peacefully singing, always purposeful, always fun, always engaged. It was just remarkable. And so we've said from kindergarten through 5th grade, all of our students, but many of them also started music even earlier with Miss Rothfeld, because I would bring them into the class. Another activity that she took on her own time was the 5th grade choir, which many of them participated in. I believe I know at that time it was the only 5th grade choir in Ann Arbor. I don't know if that's still true. And so during lunchtime, students were allowed to elect to be in the choir, and it was a very big deal because they would skip recess. And of course, she missed her lunch in order to make this choir happen. And one of their big performances would be for the Board of Education every year. And that was just a really big thrill for the students, and again, unique because of Miss Rothfeld. Another aspect of Miss Rothfeld's teaching that I appreciated, and again, I got to witness this because I went for so many years, was that most years she had a student teacher working with her. And I got to know each of the student teachers as well, and they were just thrilled to work with her. Everybody was kind of mesmerized. She really has a magic and a power in the classroom when she teaches that is very unusual. And many of those teachers went on to be hired into Ann Arbor Public. And it's fun because I would see them over the years, and I could remember when they were getting their first experiences training with her. And I know they all were extremely grateful to her, as she was grateful for those who trained her before. And then finally, toward the end of our time at Thurston, she initiated a visit to the University of Michigan Music Educators Program every year. So she would bring a field trip full of, I think it was 4th graders. We would go to the Ravelli Hall at the campus of the University of Michigan, and there'd be a room full of children, and she would just do what she does in the classroom. And again, it was mesmerizing to watch her classroom management. Everyone was on task, doing various singing, rhythm, even dancing kinds of activities. And this is because she really wanted to bring her style of teaching to the broader future music teacher community. So on the whole, I cannot imagine a person who maintains quality of music in schools and also just promotes excellence for music in schools than Yael Rothfeld. She is a gem in our community. I just feel so blessed that we got to have her for 17 years, and there are students that are still there. We're just really thankful that she loves Thurston enough to stay, because she has truly brought up a generation, and now maybe going on to another generation of young musicians who will also just appreciate and love music for their whole lives. So we would all like to say, thank you, Ms. Rothfeld. We are just so grateful that you are our teacher.